Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 2 of the Pokemon X series. Today we're here at Richmond Raceway for the running of the Go Bowling 250. On the pole today is the 19 of Troy Kang, and on the outside with the 24 of Connor Breton. It'll be a 24 lap race here at Richmond today. And this will be the penultimate race of the regular season, as next weekend will be at Gravis City Zone 11, and we will have our playoff field revealed after that race. Very important race coming up for these guys here tonight. Here we go. Green flag in the air at Richmond Raceway. Expect to see a lot of crashing and a lot of aggressiveness. This is the penultimate race of the regular season, and now they're crashing. Connor Breton, Ryan Rickshaw, and Philip Goldberg went around on the first lap. More crashes. 42. Gone up in the wall. Now they're still spinning, and there's a pile up in the back. Oh man, everybody's crashing now. Oh, where do we begin? Where do we begin? I'm sorry. Second place here got really tight. Oh, Lupton turned. And a lot more of the wrecking happened yeah, a lot more wrecking happened right here. Boom. And look at MDev getting into the catch fence. And look at everybody just getting piled up as well. A huge mess to start the race. Troy Kang is out in front. Not even going to go through all the wrecks because there were a lot of them happening on the first lap. 3 cars are out. So, 3 cars have retired from the race. Green is out. 3 wide, and Connor Hurley goes around as the leader. And more cars go around as well. Oh man. Another crash here at Richmond. And Sean Kennedy got taken out hard. Glenn Duthitt was up in the wall. Kennedy has hit. Boom, he's hitting the wall, and oh no. Here we go again. More wrecking. There's Cody Lupton. He gets hit in the wall, and he spins again. So he spun again out of the top 5, and this time, crossing the line is not going to save him. More cars piled up. And the wrecks continue here at Richmond. Wow, 8 laps of wrecking. That is incredible. We might get through this quickly. 22 cars remain on track. 13 laps to go at Richmond. Who knows what's going to happen. Going back to green, and the 19 car trying to hang on to the lead. Boy, will it be a really, really big show. And here comes you all Silver for the lead. 3 wide near battle for 3rd place. And a little contact. And you all Silver is the leader. First time today that they've gone clean. But now they're going to go down low. Still bumping and banging. Here comes Nikki Maxwell for the race lead. Coming to 10 laps to go. Maxwell takes the race lead. Here comes the 99 Joshua Sakulli. Ooh, little contact. Loosening up Jefferson, and it goes around. Jay Jefferson went around. And the yellow is going to come out. Racing back, it looks like Maxwell will be your leader. And Morgan McPherson has some damage. So the wrecks continue. 2 more cars out, left with only 20 cars to run. And there'll be a few laps to go. When the green flag is out, there's a yellow already, unsurprisingly. They're going to race it back, and you'll all Silver is going to take the lead. 3 wide battle. Little tight there. Oh, man. Making contact, and Kang is going to be second. Troy Kang is going to make it second, and unsurprisingly, we're going to need overtime to finish this race. Only 18 cars overall did not wreck out, but every car is going to be back out on track for a 2-lap dash to the finish here at Richmond, so don't go anywhere. Here we go! 2-lap overtime here at Richmond. And after this race, we'll reveal who's going to be in the playoffs, who's on the bubble, and who is looking out of the playoffs. Here we go. Ulal Silver leads the field. Will he win and make a possible impact to the playoff field? Here we go. Green flags in the air with 2 to go at Richmond. Three-wide battle for the race win. 2 to go. And Sakali in front. Here comes the white flag with 1 lap to go. Will Sakali hold on? Here comes Avi Sachs. Down the line. Low line. Sakali loses it. A little grip. Here comes Sachs. Can he get the win? Here comes Lupton to the final corner. Who's going to get the win? Sachs slows down and Sakali wins. Sachs suddenly had to slow down because of the carnage. I don't know what happened to him, but Joshua Sakali won the race. I don't know what happened to Avi Sachs there. Oh man, he got something went wrong in his car. And he lost the race there. Wow. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he decided to take why he decided to brake there. He had, look at this, he had a clear shot at the win, and somehow, and for some reason, he had to brake. He had to use the brake. And the 23 got slowed up there as well, and wow, why did he use the brake? Why did he have to brake so suddenly? Yeah, right there, he had to brake so suddenly. He was trying to possibly avoid Lupton or something. I don't know if he was trying to slow him down in that corner, but it cost him the win. And Joshua Sakali took the checkered flag to win the race. And there's Lupton, who still got second place somehow. But Avi Sachs, he had the chance to win. He could have won the race, but he put a brake, suddenly broke a little slower than normal. Was he trying to avoid John Hunt? Because Hunt was nowhere near Sachs. He could have actually gone real fast. Yeah, he could have gone to that corner, and he could have won the race. He could have actually beaten Sakali, but he didn't, and the 99 pulled away for the win. What a mistake for the 88 car. Wow. But it doesn't matter anyway, as the Joshua Sakali machine is today's winner here at Richmond Raceway. So congratulations to him on the race victory here today at Richmond, and John Hunt was a lap down and 2 cars out of the race there after the overtime finish. The points will be revealed for Trucks and X Series coming up next, so don't go anywhere. Alrighty guys, it's time to reveal the playoff picture for both the X Series and the Truck Series. So we're going to start off with the X Series first, since that's we just came out of the Richmond race, and I know some of you are looking for or wanting to see that first, since all of you are watching it now. But anyway, here's how the playoff picture looks. So you'll notice that I decided to expand the X Series playoffs to 16 drivers. I expanded the Cup playoffs over to 20 drivers, so I'm going to expand the X Series playoffs over to 16 drivers. Because we didn't try the 16 thing in the Cup Series this season, we're going to do the 16 driver format for the X Series. And that way every winner gets to possibly participate in the X Series playoffs. We have so many winners, so 12 wasn't enough, so we're going to have 16 drivers in the playoffs. And we will have 1 driver out of the playoffs. And no matter what happens, 1 driver might be out of the playoffs with a 1 win in the X Series. It is possible that could happen this time around. So anyway, the ones that have 2 or more wins are locked in the playoffs. Ryan Butcher has 3 wins. Connor Breen, James Stabilito, Steve Larker, Ryan Rickshaw, DJ Kirker, and Philip Goldberg each have 2 wins this season. And of course, your regular season leader, from the look of the points after 24 races, is Connor Breton. Has an 11-point cushion over DJ Kirker. Still possible for either one of the two to win the regular season title, so it is assured that the regular season champion will be a two-time winner this season, the X Series, so no debate there. Ryan Rickshaw, there is no chance for Ryan Rickshaw, I believe, to it is impossible for Ryan Rickshaw to be able to get the points lead after our last race at Gravis City Zone 11, so he is out of contention for the regular season title because of the number of drivers we have in the series, and 34 is too big of a margin to overcome to get to that regular season title, so it's going to be down to either Breton or Kirker for the regular season crown. Nikki Maxwell's 54 points back, actually tied with Luigi in terms of points. However, she does have that one win and therefore is in the playoffs. So Maxwell's in automatically with that playoff win. So almost everybody, I'd say, is safe. You can pause the video, by the way, or slow down to look at where your driver stands in the points. Butcher is actually 16th in points, but with 3 wins, he's locked into the playoffs. The one driver we're keeping an eye on for the regular season finale is Julius Anderson, who is the lowest among the one race winners in points. 585 points. That is a really big margin. It's going to be impossible for Julius Anderson to get another position out of that after the race in Gravis City Zone 11. Only way he could lock himself into the playoffs is if he gets the win at Gravis City Zone 11, or, well, the only two ways I should say, either he wins at Gravis City or a two-time winner wins the X Series race at Gravis City. So Butcher, Breton, or any of the two-time winners, they'll have to win in order to get Julius Anderson in the playoffs. Otherwise, a driver ahead of him in the points could knock him out of playoff contention if they don't have a win before Gravis City and then they won in that race, on that said race. Oh, and by the way, if any one of the previous race winners on the list wins at Gravis City, Anderson is also in. So the only way Julius Anderson can lock his spot in is if one of the already winners wins at Gravis City Zone 11, or he wins the race outright. So he gets that second win and he gets the advantage in terms of the point standings in the Pokemon X Series Season 2 playoffs. But there is a possibility one driver with one win could be out of playoff contention even with the expanded 16-car field. Luigi, Jake Jefferson, Jeff Scott, Ulal Silver, all of them trying to compete for race wins today. If Jeff Bright, believe it or not, he's actually behind Julius Anderson in points. He's last in the points standings, so if he wins, then Julius Anderson stays in the playoffs. Believe it or not. I almost forgot about that. The reason for this is because his margin is too big away from Anderson to overtake him even with one win after Gravis City. So if Jeff Bright wins, if Julius Anderson okay, let me recap the scenarios here. If Jeff Bright wins, or if Julius Anderson himself wins, or any of the other drivers with a win this season win at Gravis City as Zone 11, then Julius Anderson is in the playoffs. Any other driver with no wins that are ahead of him in points win at Gravis City, then that driver gets in the playoffs and Julius Anderson is eliminated. So a lot is on the line for the 9 car today, and we'll know who will be the winner at Gravis City and who will lock his or her spot in the next round. We'll see if Julius Anderson can keep his spot wide open. And the other race we're looking forward to seeing is Connor Breton and GJ Kirker both battle for the regular season title in the X Series regular season finale at Gravis City Zone 11. Alright, now let's show you the Truck Series points and the playoff picture right now. And I've decided to expand the Truck Series playoffs to 12 drivers. And I'll explain how eliminations go for the X and Truck Series in a little bit. But the Truck Series playoffs will now have 12 drivers instead of 8 as originally planned. We know the 2 race winners are locked in. They are Connor Hurley, Joey Trickle, Zeke Scott, Giovanni Castillo, and Andrew Johnson. And the rest are 1 race winners: Nicky Maxwell, Brendan Fulwer, Michael Anderson, Ryan Raver, Jeff Bright, Tommy Highsmith, and Ish Taylor. And as you look below in the points, you can pause the video, by the way, to find where you stand in points, or slow down the video if you want to. But you see Ish Taylor right now has the last spot into the playoffs. Code Luigi is 17 points back of Ish Taylor, although it is doable. He can pass him with another victory, obviously, or just pass him in terms of points. Same for Steve Larker. He's 23 points back, and Joe Jefferson's 24 points back. So these guys could overtake Ish Taylor on points alone after Gravis City to get the final spot in the playoffs. Unless if another driver who's ahead of Taylor in points actually wins and actually knocks out Taylor out of the playoffs. So Ish Taylor's the one we're going to be keeping our eyes on in the Truck Series regular season finale. The rest are anyone with a margin of 30 points or more behind Taylor is probably going to be out of the playoff contention unless if they get another victory at Gravis City. Angie Brown, Dave Richardson, Alexio Antonio, Gustavo Rocha, who is behind 101 points of Taylor, they need to get another victory in order to get one of them into the playoffs in Season 2. So they need another win, obviously. Joey Trickle, 2 wins. He's the regular season points leader. Second place is Tommy Tang. Tommy Tang can still win the regular season title and actually knock out Ish Taylor because he's regular season champion. And by rule, regular season champions, regardless if they have a win or not, are in the playoffs automatically. So that means Tang could knock out Taylor just on points alone. And he doesn't have to win Gravis City to be in the playoffs. He has to finish 16 points ahead of Joey Trickle after Gravis City Zone 11. Otherwise, Trickle's your regular season champion, and Tang will not be a playoff driver, obviously. So Trickle and Tang are the only 2 drivers that can compete for the regular season title. Even if Maxwell gets a second win, she will not have enough points to dethrone Joey Trickle for the regular season title. So it's going to be down to either Trickle or Tang for the title. And that's how the points are going to be set up. So anyway, all the X Series and Truck Series playoff pictures for both series are on your screen right now, highlighted in blue. And there you see the one on top is the X Series, and the one on the bottom of Anderson is the Truck Series. So lots on the line for both of them in Gravis City next weekend. And I hope you guys won't miss any of the Gravis City Zone 11 races. They're going to be a lot of fun to see. One more thing, though, how eliminations will work, because there's 16 drivers in the Pokemon X Series playoffs. The first round, after 3 races, half the field will be eliminated, so that we get right into the 8 into the next round. So only 8 drivers out of the X Series playoffs will advance over to round 2. And that will be the Super Speedway round, I'll call it. And then from 8 drivers, we go down to the final 4. That will still have the final 4 drivers competing for the championship. We'll still have the final 8 drivers competing for the second round. And the full 16 playoff field will be competing in round 1 as playoff drivers in those 3 races. And as for the Truck Series, with them having 12 drivers, the first round will have 12 drivers indeed, but the second round we will be down to 6. Just 6 drivers. That's half the playoff field. Again, we're going to cut it in half after round 1. So 12 drivers will be down to 6 drivers in the playoffs for the Truck Series after 3 races. And then the Super Speed round 6 will be down to 4. So 2 drivers will only be eliminated in round 2, and half the field, 8, will be eliminated. 6, I'm sorry. 6 drivers will be eliminated in round 1, and 2 will be eliminated in round 2. So we'll be left with the final 4 drivers as well for the Pokemon Truck Series Championship. So to recap, the trucks, they're going to have 12 drivers, down to 6, and then down to 4. And then for the X Series, they'll have 16 drivers down to 8 and down to 4. And for the Cup Series, just so you know, it's 20 drivers, which will be cut down to 12, and then down to 8, and then down to 4. So that's how the format will go for all three, for the eliminations in all three series in the playoffs. So you don't want to miss any of the action, and we'll see you guys next time for the Cup race at Richmond.